private text on the reunion to Erika when there's cameras. We're friends. We don't do that. And I could also see the like, why are you on an Amazon Live telling people that we're not friends? Like, in what world is that okay? Are you embarrassed of me? I really see both
Yeah,
sides of it. Like, because, you know, in
I
one
do
way,
too.
it's like, I sent you a text or like Kyle's really good friends with Faye Resnick, like her real friend. She's like, would never do that. So I really see both sides of it. I really don't have a strong
Yeah.
side of
No,
Kyle
I get
versus
it.
Dorit. I just
Yeah,
love
no.
Dorit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here for Dorit being honest and throwing it all out on the table, but I also get what Kyle, where she's coming from. But I mean, at the same time, like Dolores, back to Jersey really quick. Like
Mm-hmm.
Dolores told Jackie at Melissa Gorga's housewarming party, at least Margaret wasn't stupid enough to put it in a text for the whole world to see. So maybe Kyle next time, and she was actually, because then she considered not sending that text message to Dorit because she didn't want it shown. So at least now she's going to be a little more cautious what she sticks in text messages. But yeah, I just
I
think
agree
it
with that.
yeah.
I also love because you know that one night when I went to Sutton's recently, like whatever, and Kathy was there, and you tweeted that picture and it caused like an explosion that night. And I've said this before, and this is no shade, like that night, and it was so subtle. I mean, Kathy Hilton was sitting in one area, and it's like, you know, you come to her. It's like Heather Dubrow and Terry. Oh, Heather couldn't wait to go over there. And like, I mean, Kath, and it wasn't obnoxious. And I was there, and it like after 10 minutes, because I was talking to Kathy, I'm like, oh my God, she has like five people working for her at this party. Like she brought these people with her. They're on her payroll with no shade. It's like one is bringing her drinks, one is doing her social media. And I'm like, when I see this scene, when Dorit shows up at Kathy's house and Kathy is sitting there with, she has one hand with the smoothie or whatever it is, one person's doing her hair, one person has the facial thing, one person, and I'm like, this woman don't fucking play. That's just how it was that night. It was so subtle. She wasn't being obnoxious. She was lovely to her staff, but I'm like, oh my God, this one is here just to bring her the drinks.
I
This one
want to
is here
see
just, it was so impressive.
I want to see more of Kathy Hill. And I actually asked somebody what was she drinking because I was a little bit curious, right? It's protein, it's got collagen, it's got it all in one. It has your greens, your everything you need, your daily. Oh my gosh, she what a life she lives. But no, I want to see
Love.
more of her. We want to see more of that. That is what we want to see in our housewives. We want to see the wealth, the lifestyle, the looks. Like that's what I mean about Dorit too. Like whether they're saying she's broke or not, whether it's true or not. I mean, she's still showing up on camera looking amazing, and we know it's not fake. The Chanel that she's sporting.
Mm-mm.
So,
Dorit would none of them would ever have fake anything, really. You know, I mean, that's the thing. Like, even like a few seasons ago, I don't know, because I know you saw some of the I don't know if you saw the season where Garcelle was buying her first Birkin bag, and she just, you know, she just was like, I just don't believe in spending 25 grand or more on a purse, but she did. Like, even like at least like in Beverly Hills, like that's the thing. You just don't, I mean, again, it's always been a pet peeve of mine. You just don't buy it. You don't have to buy a bag. Like if you can't afford
yeah,
it, you buy something. You don't buy a fake Birkin. But it was like Garcelle bought her first one, and it was like a whole thing. And I was like, yeah, like this Garcelle could have had a fake one for 10 years. She just no, you just don't do that. I'm the
yeah,
same way. I personally am the same way. That's just me. I would rather have a cool no name bag than a fake. It's just me. So I
yeah.
kind of get that, you know,
Yeah,
not to
and you
be
know
a
what?
snob, but
Truly
yeah.
wealthy people don't just look for name brands all around. That's just like something normal to them. If they see something they like and it's not name brand, they're going to wear it and rock it. They're not worried about walking into the dinner where it says, Gucci written across your chest. Like some of these brands that are really pricey, you don't even see the name of it. I mean, someone could walk in to the peninsula in Beverly Hills for lunch, and there's no name brand written on it, and yet they're sporting a $50,000 suit. The same with men and their shoes, especially in Beverly Hills.
I
It's,
was just gonna say, or you like go like how many like I've gone to like you go to like the Beverly Hills Hotel. You like some people are dressed to the nines, and you see other people that are literally in like jeans, a white t-shirt with stains, like shoes, like shoes with holes in it, and it's like, yeah, that's like probably the richest person in this whole room.
yeah,
You know,
yes,
it's
yes,
true. It's
yeah,
true. What
yes, wealth
else?
whispers.
What else
Oh,
did
Garcelle,
you?
right now that you brought up Garcelle, I'm not really invested in her. I'm not really interested. And if I can be honest, like I'm good for her that she's doing this with her production company. And she shared with us, her son has a new girlfriend and everything, but I'm not really interested. And to be honest with you, I don't really see a storyline there for next season. I don't know if she'll be back personally.
I think right now she's probably the weakest on the cast. I mean, that's the thing about like, you want someone like Crystal gone. Well, she's gone. So now, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it was always like Crystal or Dorit that people were saying. Like, you just look, process of elimination. Yeah, I think it is Garcelle. And I have to say, I knew I would love Jennifer Tilly. I knew I was, but I have heard very mixed things about Boz. And I really didn't think I would like her based on a lot of things I've heard. I'm liking Boz so far. I'm liking her so
Okay,
far.
I was going to say, wait till we jump into the newbie. Yes. And I'm going to call her what Kathy calls her because she is the total boss. She is the
Mm-hmm.
bomb and that bitch too. This is a woman, there's so much to her. And she is an independently wealthy woman. And she's where it's at. And I loved her connection with Dorit at that party. And you know what? That was a natural connection. If as
Mm-hmm.
Dorit was talking, they were agreeing and everything was just syncing, that is an authentic spark from the get go. And I cannot wait to see Dorit have someone to back her up this season. And Boss is that bitch. So she's not going to back down from nobody. And we even got a little clip in the preview where she's looking at Kyle like, what? Where are you going? You're running away. So she's going to definitely hold her own. I think that, kudos to Sutton for referring her and bringing her in. I just think that this is a great addition. I see Garcelle leaving and I see, Boss taking over. There's a lot there, and I love her connection right away with Dorit and her outfit. Her outfit, it really didn't go with the surrealist theme, but it was so beautiful. Her skin was like porcelain. I am here for her.
I'm telling you, because I thought she was like a corporate professional, and I'm like, oh, like that doesn't, and like also like corporate communications and marketing, like that is someone who is like their job is to put out a narrative. And I'm like, oh my God, she's going to be so politically correct and PR, and that's not what we need for Housewives. We don't need a corporate PR person. But listen, I also love that. I mean, this is like your first scene and you're basically saying to the camera, like, we now know, I mean, we have learned more about you in the next 3 minutes that you are a widow, you were getting a divorce, you got back together, then he passed away, it was cancer. It's like, that is Housewives. Like, we didn't hire you to hide your real story. Be vulnerable, put it out there. That's a
Yes.
real vulnerable fact that you got back together with your husband, ex-husband, and then he passed away from cancer. Like, you hear the word widow
Yeah.
and you have a whole connotation. I'm like, this is what you're supposed to do. This is why you're hired. We want to hear your actual real story, not some fake,
Yes.
made up, happy, wonderful, fabulous thing about you. Right. So I love that too. I really liked her.
Yeah.
Really.
She came in with a lot of substance and she was just real from the get-go. And I just thought to myself, like, we did really watch Kyle kind of tiptoe around Morgan for some time, and even the cast's kind of calling her on it, and now she doesn't want to mention her. I mean, however she is comfortable, it's her life. She can live it and share as much as she wants. She's not obligated to share it all. But I just thought for Boss to walk in and just be so candid and upfront, I thought, shit, she gave us so much more than Kyle has in regards to Morgan, so I love the realness of her.
And I'm sorry, this scene once again, it made me laugh. Like just like what Erika is saying, like if you want to see what I didn't if I what I didn't get away, go online. And it's when Dorit is like, yes, nice to meet you. I am Dorit. Well, let me just tell you, my husband is a full-blown alcoholic. And he went through the whole program. Yep. And I am separated. And I mean, she even said, like, this is hilarious. Like,
Yeah,
but
they put the real in Real Housewives this season for sure.
it's like good for you. Like someone must have just said to Dorit like this season, like just be honest. That's what we want as an audience, right? That is what we want. We don't want if you're not in a good mood, don't be in a good mood on the camera. If you're in a great, just be yourself. I don't even think
Yeah.
we really care. Like when someone's arrogant, like, yeah, it gets annoying, but at least you're owning your shit. Like just be whoever you are. You know what I mean? I think that's why we like Sutton and Jennifer Tilly. And so I'm loving this Dorit where she's like, nice to meet you. And by the way, my whole life is falling apart. And my husband's an alcoholic, which he may or may not be. She's just saying that. And I'm getting separated. And I have two children that are young. How are
Yeah.
you doing today? It was really funny to me.
I love that they just delivered. I mean, this is just episode one, and they've already given us more authenticity than all of last year on Jersey. I mean, this is the difference between manufactured storylines and like actual substance to deliver. These girls don't have to milk it episode after episode after episode. They give it to us up front because there's so much juice. There's so much behind the scenes. Like there's so much in that one story. They can drop it at episode one and it'll carry through, but there's just new things. Oh, this season is going to be amazing. This season's going to be amazing. And I think we're going to stay on our toes the whole time. And they're all going to come in with drama. And what I love about this franchise, nobody has loyalty in regards to like how Teresa and Jen, like how Jennifer was like a soldier to Teresa. There's no alliances, no teams. Like everyone comes for everyone this season. No one holds back.
Right. I mean, you look at Sutton. Sutton has had problems with Kyle. Now they've reconciled, but then we see her in the thing coming up where she's like, I don't bow down to the house of Kyle. Right. Like, this is how, I mean, that's why they call me a flip flopper every week because each week it changes because you're like speaking to another human being. That's the way it should be. That's what keeps things interesting. And I love when Garcelle and Kyle are talking and something, and Kyle's like, well, this friend of mine, we're not going to mention her. And Garcelle's like, what? Like,